All right, so this is going to be two nerds discuss what to do with your money.
We rebranded, actually.
That's true.
We haven't had an official podcast.
Issue.
Yeah, so we are now just rebranding as the Save the Universe podcast, and we're continuing with the trend of special episodes with the Steam Summer Sale recommendation cast. I don't think we actually talked to Keith about this idea at all, but he's not here, and we're doing D&D tomorrow, so let's go over all the games that are in the Steam Summer Sale that we think are good deals. You want to start? I'm actually currently buying a game.
well, I mean, that's not fair. You have to at least say which one you're buying, I think.
I'm buying Momodora. It's like a retro style, like Metroidvania. I've just heard really good things about them, and after Hollow Knight, I've been looking for new ones.
Yep, well, that's a good segue, because Hollow Knight is right at the top of my list right now.
Yes.
At $10, which is if I remember, that's a pretty steep discount on it.
Let
me see how much it is.
It's a 30% discount, which isn't actually as steep as you think it would be, but
33, that's pretty good.
I put 40 hours into that game.
Yeah, no, that is a good buy right there.
That is a quarter per hour value proposition. Not a whole lot of games get up there. Usually only Sandbox, but like actually designed experiences, almost none.
It kind of surprises me that it's gone on sale for that much, when the fact that it's like a 2-month-old game at this point, right?
It came out in February.
I mean, I guess it's only a $15 game to begin with, so it didn't really have a whole lot of ceiling to drop down from.
Yep.
But usually I associate under 10 with like games for indie games, at least, that are like at least a year old or so.
Yeah.
But
what's crazy pants for me though is they're dropping a free expansion pack in like 2 weeks.
Free, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
How many people made this game?
5?
5? Wow.
I think it's a small team. Unfortunately, I only ever spoke with one of them, so I don't exactly have a good read on how many people there are.
Okay. Well, yeah, so Hollow Knight at under $10 is a hell of a steal, and it looks like it's going to last for pretty much the entire Steam sale, so...
Well, I guess I should probably mention that. So the Steam Summer Sale does not change anymore. They've changed it as of a year or two ago, the Steam Summer Sale... Yeah, the Steam Summer Sale is just static the entire way through. The unfortunate part is there's also nothing fun about it. You know, they used to have those kind of like ARG games and stuff like that.
Yep.
They've gotten rid of those. And so it's kind of like, a 10-day long sale where nothing goes up or down. But that's probably for the best, because I
remember, didn't they have like a clicker or something in last year or the year before that? That was crazy.
I think it was it Christmas? But yeah, that clicker game was amazing. I wish they just do stuff like that just as a fun joke, just to get people on board.
But I mean, at this point, I think Valve is so crushed under the lethargy of its inactivity that it can't even muster up that at this point.
Well, yes and no. They're all into like weird experimental tech because they can afford it. So this is just their money. This is their piggy bank while they actually work on stuff that they want to work on, which is not Steam and not Half-Life.
Yeah. And I mean, not to get too off track, they released another Alien Swarm game. So that's actually pretty cool.
I saw that.
Yeah, but anyway, that's free. Well, I mean, actually, it always was free, so there you go.
That does remind me. Oh shoot! And now I've forgotten the name. I bought the game, but I've forgotten the name of it. But whatever. I'll remember it slightly later. I bought something for $10 that I'm looking forward to playing with you guys at some point. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just go down the list of cool games.
Next on my list after Hollow Knight is another under $10 one at Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
you know, that
$8, $9, something like that.
$9, 40% off. Pretty much a steal because you can easily sink a lot of time into this game if you want to go like really balls deep in collecting everything that you can. But I mean, aside from that, it's very fun. It's an extraordinarily cute game. Very, very peaceful.
And they're coming out with multiplayer for free in a couple of months.
Yeah, it was supposed to drop in January, but they ended up not making it happen.
Well, they're also making the Switch version. I mean, it's one guy. I'm totally expecting that it's not going to be...
Yeah. Yeah, so that... Fun fact about that one, that I think that they sold something on the order of over 1 million copies of that.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
That guy, Concerned Ape, is a multimillionaire now, having made Stardew Valley.
And honestly, he's probably going to be making boatloads of money from that for the next, 10 years.
Yeah,
and could retire.
That's pretty crazy to hit something out of the park so early on in your life. Like, that is awesome.
He hit it at such a perfect time, though, because there hasn't been a good Harvest Moon game on an accessible platform for ages, and even the ones that have been accessible, they haven't been good. So he just shows up with a cheap indie game that's full of old school charm, and it's like, oh yeah, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, I will absolutely commend him for doing that, and he seems like an incredibly nice guy. And we also live in the same city, so I bet if I worked hard enough, I could find out where he lives, and I don't really know where things would go from there, but I would assume it would probably end up with me in some sort of prison or jail.
You should start a garden and just bring him some crops. And just
show up and give him a diamond and be like, do you like me now? Can we be friends? This is how friendship works. All right. So Stardew Valley is a good one.
Yeah.
That's also under $10. You don't really get much of an excuse not to pick up that one. Let's see.
The one I had been trying to remember is Helldivers.
That's a fun one.
I want to play that at some point. And that's $10. Technically, the DLC is an extra 10, so it's like, But anyway, under $10. Let's keep our criteria for under 10 and then go up from there. Soma is $9.
Yeah, that's a surprising one too.
I absolutely hate horror games, but I'm actually hoping that it gets picked as one of my sponsored games or something, so I can have the excuse to play it at some point. Because the developers actually said, we don't have enough copies to give to you back when it came out, so I was always just like, angry at them. But for $9, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's 70% off. I mean, it's a game that's 2 years old at this point, but this is the perfect time to pick up all the titles that you haven't ever really gotten, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's what I usually use the Steam Summer Sales for, is to buy a bunch of games that I never play, but I get them for really, really cheap, so it kind of balances
I
itself
usually
out.
Preemptively load up on anything that's multiplayer, so I don't have to pay more money later.
Yeah, good call. No, actually, really good call there.
Speaking of multiplayer, Duck Game is set $6.50.
Yeah. Have you finally think you've moved on from the trauma?
As long as we're not playing with Rockwar, I'm totally fine with the game. The problem is all of my opportunities were Rockwar. So,
yeah. I actually don't know anything about Duck Game. Is it it seems retro. That's all I know.
It's WarioWare, but a side-scrolling shooter. So you and 3 other players spawn in randomly on a map. There are guns and weapons all over the place. You have to rush to grab them and shoot the other players, and usually each round lasts about 30 seconds to a minute tops. Okay. And then it goes on to the next one, and it's just so fast-paced and chaotic, and generally downright silly that it's fun. It's also got worm-style weapons too, so some really nuts nonsense, if that makes sense.
Wow, that sounds like it should be cool.
It is cool. It's really well done. The only problem with it was that I think it was originally $13 and they didn't have a 4-pack, so
yeah, that's getting kind of steep.
Yeah, especially for a game
it seems like a game that from a YouTuber's perspective would be very flash in the pan.
Yeah. But it's still consistent. I put it in the same bucket as Trapper's Delight or Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Yeah, that seems pretty fair. We should play more Trapper's Delight. I really like that game. God, I really like Trapper's Delight. I wonder how much Trapper's Delight is on Steam right now.
It is $5. I wrote it down. Trapper's Delight is just straight up $5.
Oh, it was always under $10, but $5? Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Hey, it's worth it, yeah. And you can play that one locally. Actually, in the same boat, Blade Ballet. You might remember this from MagFest.
I do,
the singular game that we liked from there. We never played it because the developers like stealth sent me a key and I didn't find out until months later, and I was just like, well, this is dumb. But it's $3.75, and it's like kind of the same thing where you pick like one of 10, 12 robots and duke it out in a small arena. It's kind of like
Star Wall, but 3D and a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
You have like different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, we actually have never streamed that one, and we intended to, and due to some things just not working out the way that they were supposed to, we just never did it. But the developers were very fun.
Yeah, they were
very
super nice.
And there was also a lot more of them than I expected there would be for a game of this scope. There was like 14 people on their dev team.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I asked them how many people they were, and they said 14, and they popped out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't like do mobile games and other stuff and like licensed games as like a side thing.
What is the developers?
Because I know the company I used to work for is like a company of 30 people, and they put out like one indie game, and then it's mostly just licensed garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pays the bills.
Yeah. Well, you look that up. SteamWorld Heist is $5.09, and that's kind of like if you took XCOM, gave it a like kind of engaging, humorous story, and put it on a 2D side-scrolling plane instead, and also gave it worm shooting, which is really fun. I really liked that game. And it had a fun soundtrack. I'm
looking at the list of Dream Sale Studio, and it's about like 14, 15 people based out of New York City, and it's literally just Blade Ballet.
Interesting.
I guess right now they're working on some VR games, which God bless them. I hope it works out for them, but
we will not cover that.
That is, we're not going to cover it. A and B, VR better start showing some results soon, or I'm going to start writing it off personally. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. I haven't made a recommendation in a little bit. We have still in the under 10 vein. There's a lot of great stuff here. City Skylines. That's a game I've been meaning to at least crack open at some point, but just never have found the time to sit down and do it because other things are newer and higher priority than it. But
I just wish
it's
it
still
had
a good
like
game.
I just wish it had like some kind of multiplayer, so you could either like I could work with somebody else to make a city, or we could put two cities next to each other.
Yeah, we need if it had multiplayer and mutators, then
that'd be beautiful.
We would be in some good times there.
Yeah, the one caveat with City Skylines is there's a lot of DLC, and that would definitely put it over the price. And it doesn't look like there's a good bundle for all of them yet, which kind of sucks.
Is that the case? Let me look. I didn't realize that City Skylines had DLCs.
It's got so much DLC, and it's all good.
Like, built-in mod support, but
no, it's got
a shit ton of DLCs.
Yeah, they're going the way of honestly most EA products, except for not shitty. So.
I thought it
works.
I thought City Skyline. They're like EA. They're not an EA title. Okay.
They're doing like the Sims thing where it's just like they keep adding like thematic cool things.
Yeah, I don't see, like you said, I don't see a collection pack. Well, okay, there's City Skylines collections, which includes some but not all of the DLCs. I'm guessing that these are probably the major ones, but that one is also on sale for 60% off. On top of a 9% discount that you get just because it's all bundled. So if you got a little bit of extra cash and you want to go above and beyond the under $10 for City Skylines, you can get a lot of the content for it. So that's definitely a cool one to look out for. On
the same topic, actually, of like dirt cheap city builder games, Tropico 5 is $6.24, and that one has multiplayer.
Is that why a Tropico 5 key happened to find its way into my collection?
Maybe. Actually, I was going through my humble bundles like Keith does, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, I've got like 1 billion. Let's start sending them to people.
Have you ever played any of the Tropico games?
No, I have not. I've always waited, but nobody else has owned it, so I was just like, someday. And then I'm like, wait a second.
4. But,
I got Tropico 4 for free when they had accidentally put it up for free, and I was like, I guess I'll take it. And then I bought Tropico 5 out of karmic guilt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious.
I mean, I only bought it for like $15, so it didn't feel that bad.
I played Tropico 4. I liked the gameplay a lot more than I liked the story. God, the story is stupid. But the gameplay for Tropico 4 was very good. It's it's lighthearted and at the same time very very deep. A lot of the mechanics will interact with each other in really cool ways.
That's good. Yeah, I've always meant to look into them. I've just never gotten a chance.
It's not like a SimCity type of game where the city management isn't particularly difficult. You just zone a bunch of shit off, and it kind of takes care of itself. There's a very distinct like quarters in a lot of SimCity type areas. With Tropico, like that doesn't work quite as well.
It's more like RTS-y, where you have to like put things down specifically.
Yeah, kind of. Like it's a little hard to describe. But it gets very interesting.
We should take a look at some point, especially since it has multiplayer.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's all. That's almost reason enough, really.
Yeah. You got any more? Might as well deplete your list because mine's longer.
Okay, sure. Next for the under 10, let me double check this. Let me just get the exact number for you. Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. That is $9.99. What is there to say? I mean,
yeah,
Ori and the Blind Forest is cool.
Coming out.
Sequel's coming out, and you should support them and check out their really, really fascinating and cool game. And I also know like 3 of the devs on it personally, and known them for years. So
throw money at my friends.
Yeah, throw money at my friends so that they throw money at me. I mean, that's not how friendship works, but if it did work, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
you might not agree with this one, but Transistor is $3. I don't think.
Well, $3 is fine.
Yeah. Both of us, I think, were kind of burnt by that game, but $3 for Transistor and/or Bastion. I think there's a combo pack for even cheaper. But those are absolutely wonderful games for that price tag for sure.
Bastion is $2. I mean, I didn't even think to look that one up, but oh no, Bastion is $3.
Yep. And then they've got a new game, Pyre, coming out next month, which should be good.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, third game,
well,
Pyre,
it'll be pretty
launches
and good music.
July 25th. That's interesting. I was so burnt on Transistor. Really, I actually really did not like that game at all.
I liked the soundtrack purchase more.
Yeah, I totally like fell off of caring about
Supergiant,
I guess.
Yeah.
Party-based RPG. That's interesting. Yeah.
It looks interesting. I will reserve my opinion until it comes out and I've played it. Okay.
Yep.
I guess next one would be the Metro Redux bundle, seeing as this is a bit more recent for me.
I was debating talking about that one, but you might as well.
I mean, we're both welcome to talk about it. I haven't played Last Light, but Metro 2033 I binged through in 2 nights?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was 2 nights this past week, and that was an amazing experience. And for $7.50 for 2 of those, yes.
Metro 2033 is it's a surprising game because of how well it hooks you in. It's one of those games that is just dripping with atmosphere. It is it's really cool. The
freaking naked gorilla section was like ultra short, and like honestly, you guys played it up so much as like this like horrible thing or like ultra hard, and even the game kind of played it up a little bit. And I was like, well, this is kind of beautifully tense, and I think I got killed like 2, maybe 3 times. I was like, this is actually not so bad. I thought it was going to be like a horde mode from Left 4 Dead, but no, it was actually way more interesting.
It's very interesting. In the Redux, I think they also polished up the AI a little bit because the gorillas were
so much
way
better.
More predictable and way less shitty
that segment from the first one, and I was just like, ooh.
Yeah, in the first one, they were actually like that whole section is like super unbearable. But yeah, the Redux is really cool. I don't think you can even get 2033 or Last Light, the non-Redux editions anymore. But
that's probably for the best.
2033 is great. The Redux polishes off a lot of the rough edges in that game, from what I saw watching Wander play through it.
It also added Ranger mode, I think. Because I don't... Ranger mode in 2033?
Ranger mode wasn't the base game. That was like its like famous gimmick.
Oh,
was the fact that you could play through the whole thing without a HUD. Did you play it on Ranger mode or no?
Yeah, I played it on the easier Ranger mode. There were two versions.
Right. Yeah,
I don't
the easy
know what the
Ranger
differences
mode
were.
lets you at least see like your ammo counts and stuff like that, and how many filters you have.
Nope.
No, it
well,
doesn't do that. Even?
Oh, you could press tab and see how many filters
That's what
you
I'm
had
saying.
left.
In the Ranger mode hard mode, you don't even get the press tab.
Okay. Yeah. See, I couldn't see how much ammo I had. I could see how much money I had, and I could see how many filters and med packs I had. But like ammo for my guns, I had no idea. I was guesstimating the whole way through.
Yeah, in the hard mode Ranger, you don't even get that. So that was the version that I played. It's just a great experience. Really cool game.
Yes.
Metro Last Light, you can skip that one as far as I'm concerned.
Hopefully won't be. I kind of want to play it in preparation for Exodus because I assume there's story carryover.
The way I can describe Last Light is if you play Metro 2033 and you like it, you almost feel compelled to play Last Light because you just want to see, like, you want a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
But if you're deciding, like, I can only choose one, 2033 or Last Light, don't make your choice be Last Light. Don't do it. I don't know if the Redux makes it better. If it does make it better, then it must have done a lot to pull it off. But I'm not a fan.
Hopefully.
I am not a fan of Last Light at all.
Okay.
But yeah, $5 for Metro 2033. It's great. Totally worth getting.
On the under $5 category is Shadow of Mordor. I assume you've never played it. It got down that much. They want people to buy Shadow of Mordor in preparation for Shadow of War. It makes perfect sense to me.
Yep. 80% off. That is steep.
That is a steep discount, and that game was amazing. Ugly as sin, but that's Mordor for you.
Yeah, that's true. They have a lot that they can paste over with the fact that everybody's just ugly as hell. Oh,
that includes all DLC too. That's not just like the base game. That's like the full version, I think.
Yeah, the Game of the Year edition is the $4 one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is super fun. There's a couple of like small issues with it, but there's nothing quite like having an orc that hunts you to the end of the earth and gets like more and more fucked up as you go along to the point where all he can do is giggle and like squint at you.
There's a ton of DLCs for Shadow of Mordor, and almost all of them have negative reviews.
I don't even
why? I need to look into this and see what happens. Oh, it's all just people that bought the Game of the Year edition, like, bitching about the existence of the DLCs, I guess. There must have been some way they released it that pissed off a bunch of people. I don't know.
Yeah, so what they did was the kind of frustrating thing of they released the base game, then the season pass, but the season pass didn't include all the, like, weird, dumb shit, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. And so if you got the Game of the Year edition thing at the very end, I don't know. It was... Still a great game, though.
It was probably something like that. Speaking of other games that are good and dirt cheap, Portal 2. Yeah. For the three people that haven't played that.
Portal 1 and 2, if you haven't played it, it's $2.25 for both Portal games, and they're great. Absolute 10 out of 10s. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming there's got to be at least like one or two people out there that have never played Portal. Like, it's $2, man. It's $2 at this point. Just play it. Play it. Let's see. I think I might have exhausted all of my under 10s here.
Okay, I've still got a couple more. Abzu.
Go for it.
If you guys have ever heard of Journey,
Never heard of it.
Abzu is made by the same people, or at least some of the same people. But it's effectively underwater Journey. You're just swimming around and it's beautiful.
Already a game called Flow?
Maybe.
Yeah, Flow was Underwater Journey, and it came out like 5 years before Journey.
Okay, well they made a new one, and it's it's just as beautiful. Maybe a little bit less poignant because the story is kind of a little bit more muddy, but it's gorgeous, and you effectively just get to swim around this like beautiful ocean, looking at like these wonderfully rendered animals, and it's got like kind of the equivalent of the sand surfing segments, and in the end you get to see dinosaurs, and it's cool. And mostly I bought it because Austin Wintory did the soundtrack, and I was not disappointed.
Oh yeah,
you also have a shark friend.
Shark friend? Sharks aren't friends.
No. Sharks are friends when you're a robot.
Oh, okay. If you're a robot, then I guess it could work out.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that they made any games after Journey. Otherwise, I thought I would have heard of it, but I guess not.
I think it was like kind of a subgroup of the studio. It was a little bit muddy on who exactly made it from the Journey team, but it was some of them.
Okay.
Let's see, what else do we got? I'm just going to go through the last couple ones fast. Moon Hunters is an absolutely wonderful like couch co-op game. Keith, Shell, and I played it. I think you were in the middle of your internship, so we didn't include you. I got a spare key if we ever want to play that again. But it's a fun game to sit down with friends for a couple hours and then, put down for a while. It's got like kind of a moral choice system where like the party gets to choose what happens, and it's got like a bunch of cool lore-based events that you can do. And then it's got a fun like I guess isometric hack and slash combat style. But that was a fun and beautiful game. And I love the developers. They're super nice. Let's see. There's also Beyond...
They're pretty great people.
Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil is $5. There's a sequel coming out. And I figured I should mention that. Hand of Fate, also $5. Plays kind of like the Arkham games, and it's
Isn't Beyond Good and Evil always pretty cheap, though?
Yeah, it's always $10, but it's down to $5. And seeing as they announced a sequel, I figured I should mention it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Hand of Fate, $5. Vanishing of Ethan Carter is $3. It's a really good, like, atmospheric semi-puzzle adventure game. I've never played it, but I figured I should mention it because of Keith.
Beyond Good and Evil is a 14-year-old game, and it doesn't look that bad, actually.
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
Old styles, like cartoony styles, age real well.
This is still held up. Her weird green lipstick has always bothered me.
Yeah.
It doesn't match her skin tone. It looks really weird.
I feel like anybody she kisses is just gonna like die or something, Poison Ivy style.
No, lips should not be the same color as like Swamp green Bug? Guinness.
Okay. Oxenfree, same vein as Vanishing Ethan Carter, $5, wonderful experience. Kind of a mind screw. Sonic Racing Transformed, Bird and I have gotten a lot of love out of that game, and it's $5 and probably one of the best racing games on Steam, which is kind of disappointing because there should be more, but like, it's fun.
I almost feel like $5 is still too expensive for that game. It's great, but oh man. It's still almost a game I would like never buy, even though I think it's like really fun still.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Only get it if you have friends. If you have friends, it's 100 times better. If you're playing it alone, it's probably not worth it. Yep. Okay. Anything else on this list? Mad Max is $8, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my list.
Cool.
Well, for under 10.
Oh,
no, under 10. Okay. I've got a couple more.
Okay. Yeah, I have two more that are over 10. I have Prey. Just came out, 33% off already. That is pretty top shelf shit for a video game.
Yeah, it's
Prey
also an
awesome.
Amazing game. Yeah, it's super fun.
Yep, and so like I said, this game is like 2 months old, and it's 30% off. You're not going to see a 33% off on this game again for a while, presumably.
Christmas, probably.
Yeah, so if you want to play Prey, like jump on it right now.
Good time. What's your other game, seeing as you had
actually,
one more?
very, very similar would be Nier Automata.
Yeah.
30% off.
Nier Automata was good. Make sure you can play the PC version before you pick it up. It's got some bugs that the PS4 version does not have. And that's it for your list?
Yep, that exhausts everything that I found.
So
worthwhile.
Let's see. I guess I'm gonna channel Keith's spirit a little bit longer here. We've got the Talos Principle Gold Edition for $13. I think he got like 60, 80 episodes out of that, and it's consistently one of the games he brings up as one of his favorites.
I need to know what the hype is about for the Talos Principle, because
I've never played it. I'd like to play it at some point.
I know nothing about it. I know it has something to do with a robot and philosophy and, like, God or something.
Yeah.
That is my vague understanding of how it all works.
I have heard nothing but good things about it, but every time I look at a screenshot for it, I'm like, where, what?
Yeah.
I get really confused.
I don't understand. I don't get it, but it's 80% off, so
okay.
Go for it, I guess. Somebody's got to play it.
Yeah. At some point, I hopefully will. Subnautica is $10. That game's amazing, and the full version's coming out later this year.
Mm-hmm.
You never finished your series on it. You just kind of petered out, right?
I kind of petered out while I was retooling everything.
Honestly, getting to the end is kind of disappointing, as it currently is.
I got about a third or maybe a quarter of the way through the game, and it just basically lost me.
Yeah. It's still quite possibly one of the best sandbox survival games out there, just because it's not
the survival
shitty.
Mechanics are good, but it doesn't feel much like a sandbox game at all, honestly.
It's true. I guess it doesn't. Well, I guess it's got the base building and stuff like that. It fits in my criteria. It's better than
it does, but it's super. It's like if you were making a sandbox game, but you weren't given Legos. You were given the jumbo Legos,
Connects or something.
Yeah, and you were like, I want to play with the Legos, but the game didn't have it, and you're like, I guess I can make this work. But you can't. You just can't. I mean, that's just how I felt about it.
Yeah,
but I guess Wander can work with the Duplos or whatever the hell they are.
Dude, I had everything growing up. I did not discriminate. Unfortunately, they never worked together, which sucked because I tried. Boy, did I. I guess on sheer value proposition, the Shadowrun collection is $10. Those are some long as hell games, and there's 3 of them in that pack, and they're all amazing. So if you guys like, I guess tactical RPGs, it ranks way high up there.
Yep.
Let's see. Doom 2016 is $15. If you're into, I guess, quality, that game was top. And then I guess the last thing on my list, I got a couple more, but who cares about them? Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition is $25. That game's hundreds of hours long, and then the expansion pack added more, and it's just what? Really?
Yeah, but my feeling on the Witcher series is kind of if you haven't played it by now, you probably never are going to.
Yeah, it's true.
So, that is a very, very devoted fan base. So I feel it's. But I mean, if you actually haven't played Witcher and you still want to do it, it's a Witcher 3 is excellent.
Yes. So, I guess beyond that, some people have actually been throwing other things at us. FTL is $2.50, and what was the other game? That's a
good one.
FTL is $2.50. Satellite Rain is $4. Rogue Legacy is $3. Magicka 2 is $5. Actually, do I have Magicka 2?
Do I have Magicka 2? I probably do.
I do have Magicka 2.
I just have the regular Magicka.
Okay, we should probably play the first one first.
Probably. Oh god, didn't we play it though? We did play Magicka, and I kept trying to kill everybody.
It was you? No, I kept killing everybody because I was doing a suicide mining build. It was you, me, Shell, and Rockwar.
Yeah.
And we couldn't teamwork for the life of us, to the point where none of us wanted to play again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember not to get too off track, but when we did Magicka, first off, I never uploaded a single episode. I don't know if you did
I didn't either.
Yeah, that series basically tanked. It was not a good series for us. But I remember there's this one spell you get in Magicka which instantly kills something, but you have no control over what it kills.
Yes.
And Rockward just picked up the greatest weapon in the game, and I used the instant kill weapon or spell, and it killed him. And it also deleted his weapon. So
he kind of deserved it though, because he was the asshat that kept making the rest of us wet. So anytime we tried to do a lightning spell, we'd take damage or kill ourselves. So I have no remorse for killing Rockwar. Let's see, is there anything else? People are bringing up Fallout and stuff like that. I was surprised to see Dishonored 2 is already down to $20.
Well, I mean, it's only like 15% off, right? Or 50?
50.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
for a game that's only been out for 8 months, that's pretty good. Actually, 7.
Yeah, I guess.
And they actually managed to patch out all of the PC problems.
They did?
Good. Yeah, they did. So
because I remember that being like a hell of a problem at the start.
yeah, that's why I didn't even bother.
life.
I was just like, I really want to play Dishonored 2, but I don't want to get it on console. And after Arkham Knight, anytime I hear bad port, I'm just like, nope, not touching it.
Good call.
Not even getting close.
Oh, that was a very interesting time.
I was actually really surprised to see that Undertale is not on sale. It makes sense considering its popularity, but I was just surprised.
It's $10.
Oh yeah, it's $10. So I mean, no matter what,
cares?
It's worth the price. I was just
surprised.
What
I found on my hard drive that I was surprised to see there? I found a copy of the Undertale demo that was released in 2011. So I just have a copy of this that I downloaded it and I never played it.
Weird.
And then like when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, this game. But I totally have a copy of the Undertale demo. I should play it sometime and just compare and contrast and just see like what changed, if anything.
That would be interesting.
Yep. No, This is interesting. I'm looking at the credits for the Undertale. What the hell? Okay, so I have the credits for the Undertale demo, and it's copyright 2013, but it was put into... Like, I downloaded it in 2011. Oh, no, okay, I got this in 2013, actually, it looks.
Okay.
Wow, there's a lot of weird stuff in here. That's very interesting. There's a copy of the soundtrack? Huh. Well, anyway, okay, we'll definitely do a dive on that at some point and see what I can find, if there's anything super weird in there. But, anything else on your list?
I guess I've thrown my list away at this point, but, there was also, the God Eater 1 and 2 games, which, I don't know, I like them, and for $17, that seemed like a decent value. And we were trying to play them the other day. They're very anime.
There's one more thing that's worth, picking up. Sakura Dungeon is 40% off. So, if you like products that contain nudity, mature, anime, sexual content, RPG, dungeon crawler, female protagonist, story rich, I think you're being a little bit generous with your tagging there.
No, it should have been plot rich. Let's be honest here.
Well, I'm looking at a screenshot, and there's a lot of plot I can see. Man, I guess they stopped even pretending to be, like, decent by this point in the Sakura games, didn't they?
Let's see. One other thing that would be worth mentioning is Besiege. It's still a little bit kind of limited on the, like, things you can do in the campaign mode, but they're releasing multiplayer within the next, like, month or two, which sounds really cool. Because
that's
that
the
game
one where you have to...
You're making, like, medieval weaponry, but you can make some, like, really ridiculous nonsense that makes no sense, like combat mechs.
You make stuff that just is, like, stupid, or, like, you make, like, planes that just spew bombs everywhere, right?
Yeah. And sometimes they work, and most of the time they don't.
In the same vein as that, what is it, Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator? Also on sale right now for like games that are effectively more meme than game.
I mean, Besiege is definitely game. Like, that game actually challenges me when I try and play it. UEBS is not on sale.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, it came out too recently. And it's
June
too
1st.
memes, so they're trying to capitalize it on as much as possible.
That's true. I was debating playing this, and then I just looked at it and was like,
nope.
No.
Yeah. Maybe if it was multiplayer or something, but no.
Yeah, if we could mix and match our own armies and pit them against each other, that
or
could
co-op.
Work. Yeah, that could
Imagine
potentially
if it, like,
work, but
yeah,
I get the feeling that like even if I were to try and stream this, all the funny combinations have probably been found already. So
yeah,
like
it'd mostly just be the dumb noises we make when the funny combination happens.
Wander, look at the chickens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So interesting.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
My opinion of UWebs isn't very high. Just saying.
Interesting side note, actually. Completely separate. Dark Souls 1 is not on sale. Dark Souls 2 is $12, and Dark Souls 3 is $24.
How much is Dark Souls 1?
$20.
So Dark Souls 1 is more expensive than Dark Souls 2 at the moment.
Yes.
And barely less expensive than Dark Souls 3.
Yep.
They have always had the weirdest
Yep.
of sales stuff for these 3 games, but whatever.
Okay.
It still blows my mind that Dark Souls is as young as it is, that it came out like around the same time Skyrim did. I was like, I thought that Dark Souls came out in like 2008.
Yeah. I thought so too, actually.
No, it turns out it's a much newer game than I gave it credit for.
Demon Souls, I think, was 2009, but even then, yeah. Let's see.
Crazy.
Have I picked up anything? I assume you have not bought a single thing from this summer sale.
I mean, nothing that is of any interest.
Okay.
To speak about in terms of the summer sale, no.
Fair enough. I picked up EDF 4.1. I want to get you and Keith to get that at some point. Because it looks... That? EDF is the one where you're like a bunch of animated
Earth Defense
soldiers.
Force.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't click what EDF was.
Bunch of anime soldiers versus giant bugs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's on sale, isn't it?
For $30. Unfortunately, they never have it on a cheap price. This is the lowest it's ever been. Mm-hmm. But
well, then that's worth calling out.
Yeah.
But
fair point.
EDF is definitely something I want to try at one point because it looks absolutely stupid ridiculous.
I was watching Funhouse play through it and I'm like, it looks actually really fun and really hard, which somehow fits our style.
There's nothing more fun than a fun game that also makes this like just destroys you in difficulty.
I guess the other thing I did
Dark
is
Souls.
yeah, it's true. I also picked up the Splinter Cell pack.
Those are multiplayer, right?
I'd say about half of them do, but it was like $12 for all of them. So I was like, this seems reasonable.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking into Ghost Recon Wildlands, but apparently it's super buggy still and might never get fixed, which kind of sucked because it's just like, oh, that would be fun. The other thing I picked up is I've actually been having some trouble with my controllers lately. My Xbox One controllers, the USB ports on them give out after a couple of months, and so now I've gone through. I'm on my third at this point, and that's starting to become too expensive. So I've picked up a Steam controller. It'll be here in like a week. So
how much are the Steam controllers?
It's $35, I think. Yeah, it's $35, but I bought it in combination with Deus Ex Mankind Divided because it was an extra 10. And I was like, might as well.
Yep. I'm actually going to try out the HTC Vive at some point today.
Ooh, fun.
That'll be very fun. Yeah, as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to just scoot off and go check that thing out.
Oh, you have one?
No, I don't have one. I have a friend that has
okay.
one.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Well, I'm looking at the Steam controller page. It is fucking crazy. Buy Steam controller. Buy Doom plus Steam controller. Buy Dark Souls 3 plus Steam controller. Buy Civ 5 plus Steam controller. It's
the bundles are nonsense. Yeah.
Oh, you can buy a For Honor for a Steam controller. Pass.
Yeah, do not, for anybody wondering from this sale video, do not buy From Honor. Apparently it's going down the tubes real quick.
Well, the problem with For Honor is that it just has horrendous netcode.
Yeah, horrendous netcode, and they've alienated their player base like real hard, which sucks.
Yep. So yeah, I think that basically wraps up the things that jumped out to me as being like your obvious can't miss sales from this. I'm
sure there are more,
sale.
But I think we've covered at least $200 worth of games.
I mean, yeah, and I covered the one. Yeah, okay, Saints Row franchise. I could pick that one up. But I mean, these are things that I would definitely heartily. These that we talk about are things that I would heartily endorse and say yeah, you gotta get this one. So,
I guess that's it. Short video. Good luck,
this
Keith.
is going to be a short podcast because we're missing half of the Four Nerds. So we wanted to keep it short and topical, and then scoot off to play. We started much later than I gave budgeted myself time for, so we can do maybe an hour of Dying Light, and then I'm going to head out.
That's fine.
But that'll be good. That'll be a good chill out time. So let's thank you for watching Four Nerds. Tell you what to do with your money, and also Two Nerds, and bye. If you have any questions, send them to FourNerds@gmail.com.
There's a link in the description below. It's Keith's job. Also, have fun editing this video, Keith.